there's always a cause behind why people murder. Think about so many so many cases of this. Think about a case where a somebody somebody who used to work at a company, a disgruntled ex-employee, is upset because he was fired over sexual harassment or misconduct. Maybe he stole. There was layovers, and he put so much time into the company, and if he felt justified in staying in the company, I put so much work and sacrifice and um, time away from my family, my kids, and my spouse left me because I spent too much time at work, and I did so much over 2 decades of this, and I get laid off, I get fired, and then he decides to come back. He or she decides to come back. Well, mostly men decide to come back and murder their ex-colleagues. Rejection issues. Think about the person at school who was bullied, criticized based on how they look or how they talk, how they dress. Um, they come one day at school with a AK, shotgun, and murder students and staff. Rejection issues. Think about the spouse that finds out their spouse is cheating on them, and gets some details and figures out where their spouse is with their lover on the side, and finds out where that person lives, and sees both of them together eating dinner, and finds a place and murders them both. Rejection issues. So there are many people who are experiencing rejection issues. Many people from childhood. Rejection from daddy, rejection from mommy, rejection from a teacher, from a sibling, and they project that rejection onto others. That pain has not been dealt with, and once they're in the rejection phase, what? Why do they eventually murder? They rehearse. They rehearse the plan. They think about it over and over and over again until finally they decide on their course of action. And they don't care what happens to them after that. They get rejected. They rehearse the evil of the events, or the events and what they are going to do, and then they decide on the final art: revenge. Rehearse, or rejection, rehearsing, revenge. Very similarly, in the Bible, there's the event about that, the story about that. For many of you, or some of you, will know about this: Cain and Abel. Cain brought an offering to God, and Abel brought another offering, and God didn't like Cain's offering. And guess what? Instead of Cain saying, "I'm sorry, God," being humble, "I was wrong. I need to not do what I feel like doing here, and do what is acceptable in your sight, and stop brooding in my feelings, and check myself." He stewed in that anger. Um, no, no evidence that he tried to talk to God about it, or say, how can I do this better? Help me. Forgive me, or nothing. Just stewing in his anger, brooding in his anger. His brother's offering was accepted, but not his own. He didn't try to talk to any of them and release his feelings in a healthy way, and talk to somebody, process his feelings. He just remained in his negative, toxic feelings. And so many murders is because people do exactly that, brooding in it, thinking about the hurt, the pain of rejection. His Cain's offering was rejected. Come on now. Come on now. And God asked him straight up, why are you angry? Why are you angry? And he just said, oh, well, I'm my brother's keeper. He didn't reflect on his thoughts or on his incorrect thoughts. You know, he just continued to cast blame on others but himself. You know, I'm my brother's keeper. That was after the murder. After he murdered him, I got the story mixed up. But he asked him, why is your countenance falling? And he would think he was blaming God or blaming his brother. He wasn't blaming himself. You know, that pain, that unchecked pain, that unchecked hurt can lead to hurt, can lead to hurting others. Come on. And eventually he rose up and murdered his brother. You know. And God asked him, what happened to your brother? Am I my brother's keeper? I mean, of course you are. You think, of course you're your brother's keeper. You should be doing all you can to protect your brother, to preserve your brother, to help your brother. But because your brother's sacrifice was accepted, not yours, you feel like you wanna murder him. And God said, if you would have did right, your sacrifice would have been accepted. If you would have did right, your sacrifice would have been accepted. But there's so many people that are jealous over other people's successes. Oh, they got the car. Oh, they got the business. Oh, they got that girl I wanted. Oh, they got that man I wanted. Oh, they're married before me. Oh, they got this, and we're jealous. And many we want to hurt them. We want to murder them over that because, oh, I don't like what he got. I don't like. So why you wasting, like Cain did, wasting emotional energy, brooding and soaking in the pain of how you were rejected, rather than investing emotional energy, doing the work that's needed, making the sacrifices like Abel did. Be worried so much about how you were rejected and how you didn't get the affirmation that Abel got. You should be taking that energy and working and doing what you got to do to receive the affirmation. Oh, come on now. And instead of killing the hatred that was in him, Cain murdered his brother. Uh-oh. Come on now. Come on. Projecting the pain on other people. Projecting the pain on his brother rather than doing a reflective internal look at, man, I shouldn't be thinking these thoughts. These are not correct thoughts. Mad at other people. I mean, he's really mad at himself. But he's too prideful to deal with that anger with himself. But projecting the pain on other people. So focused on what they did and what they did and what they said, rather than, man, I shouldn't be thinking this way. I shouldn't be having these thoughts. And because so many people refuse to kill the hatred that's within them, the hatred continues to live. And eventually that hatred snuffs out the life of somebody else because that hatred didn't die. Uh-oh. Come on now. Come on now. So people end up murdering people, relatives, because of those things. I pray you would process, vent, talk to somebody, pray, do what you need to do. Healthy modalities to deal with the hurt and the pain and the bitterness, lest you do something that you cannot come back from. That's going to seriously wreck your life. All right, y'all. God bless you. I love you.